Ron Perlman as Beastman.
Big surprise there! Ron Perlman has resting Beastman face. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to Genealogy. Hello there, my YouTube minions. It is I, your unfriendly neighborhood Skeletor. And today, I Skeletor have decided to take one of your requests. One of my loyal minions, well, at least I assume they're a loyal minion, sent me a message on Twitter asking, "Dear Skeletor, my friend has a Skeletor parody channel. Would you ever see it fit to do a reaction to it?" So first in my head I said, no! How dare you ask me, Skeletor, to react to a parody of me? I mean the nerve. But then I thought, yeah, sure, why not? I know I'm a complicated fellow. Don't try to understand me. I mean, why not? After all, I, Skeletor, have made it my goal. Well, one of my goals. My primary goal is to take over Castle Grayskull and YouTube. Another one of my goals is to highlight and bring to light other creatives who are trying their best and may actually have talent that are going undiscovered. So why not? After all, you can't sit around and complain about the non-creative nonsense coming out of Hollywood without trying to discover talent and reward people who are actually doing creative things. So that was my rationale. Now this channel is called, well, Skeletor. See, Shady? What have I told you? If you don't change your channel's name to Skeletor, someone else was going to take it. I keep trying to tell Shady to start a new channel and call that Shaneology. Then call this one Skeletology. Yeah, but he doesn't listen. One day, when I learn how to edit and I don't need Shady anymore, well, maybe things will be different. But for now, this is what it is. Now, this Skeletor parody channel, I trolled through a couple of titles that he had, and the one title that actually really interested me was a video that he did called Masters of the Universe Movie Dream Cast Reveal. Now, I assume he's going to go through a list of actors in which he believes should play characters from the Masters of the Universe, which I, Skeletor, had planned on doing myself and do plan on doing in the future, as I, too, have my own thoughts as to who I'd like to see play in a Masters of the Universe film. I mean, I already know who I want to play Skeletor. That's quite obvious. None other than myself. No one plays Skeletor other than me, you hear? No one. I'm talking to you, Mark Hamill. You imposter!
There's something seriously wrong with you.
Anyway, enough of this blathering. Let's watch this thing, shall we?
Greetings! I am Skeletor.
Greetings! It is I, Skeletor!
And this is Skeletor. What?
Already I get the sense that this Skeletor is more of a British Skeletor.
Fresh from the Strait to Sussex, they are.
Fresh in the drink, Governor.
And why is this Skeletor not facing the camera?
Skeletor, you're facing the wrong direction. What?
Definitely British. And honestly, I think it would be a really hard challenge to conquer Castle Grayskull as a Brit.
We shall take your castle by force.
You don't frighten us, English pig dogs. I fart in your general direction.
Since they always have to stop every so often for tea, it's like, all right, hold on, He-Man, hold that thought. I'll conquer you in an hour. I say we break for tea time. Yes, Skeletor, what a wonderful idea. Great, we'll be back here shortly then, chum. Indubitably.
Did you see something suspicious?
I did at first, but then he's got the tea vouching for him, doesn't he?
Wickedly funny.
You're facing the wrong direction. We can just see the back of your head.
Are you trying to tell me that this Skeletor doesn't know the difference between front and back? We needed that fool Whiplash to tell us? And why are you getting so close to his face there, Whiplash? Trust me when I tell you, Whiplash's oral hygiene isn't very good, and I never want his face that close to mine.
You're all washed up, villain.
Okay, can you do it again, please? Okay, I'll go off and do it again. Alright.
Way too agreeable for Skeletor. And to be fair, yes, there might have been a mistake made, but I, Skeletor, would never have admitted to it. Not in a million years. I'd be like, first of all, fool, don't get that close to my face. Number two, I didn't stand in the wrong spot, you fool. You put the camera in the wrong spot. Now bring the camera to me. I, Skeletor, don't turn around for no one.
Greetings!
What kind of nonsense is this? Now I'm standing on my head? I mean, how am I even able to do this? I know I've got strong muscles, but my neck muscles aren't that strong. Maybe He-Man could pull off a trick like this, but not I.
This is ridiculous.
I am Skeletor, and welcome back to Skeletor. What? Skeletor.
I like how he turns to talk to him, shoving his crotch further into his face. You know what's worse than Whiplash's face being close to my face? Is Whiplash's face being close to my crotch.
I'm going to give it to you now.
You're facing the right direction now, but you're upside down. What? You're upside down. I don't really understand. Can you go off and come back on again? We need to get it right.
I believe your comedy is definitely British.
You are English type, sir. I'll blow my nose at you.
Definitely inspired by Monty Python.
Is this the right one for an argument?
I've told you once.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have. When? Just now.
Oh, Whiplash, for goodness sake, right.
And for the record, that's not a bad thing. I'm actually quite fond of Monty Python, but you can definitely tell that there is definitely an inspiration here.
Oh, this isn't an argument.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. It's just contradiction.
Do it again. Right, here we go. Greetings!
All right, now you've made the joke go on for too long. Now everyone's getting a front view of my butt.
I hope you are comfortable.
And I definitely do not want to see Whiplash lean in any further into my butt. Well, that maybe he could do. Take a deep breath as well.
What?
He himself wouldn't want to get anywhere near my can, especially after Taco Tuesday.
Got to get out of here.
I am Skeletor. Skeletor. What now?
What now? Can't you see that I'm filming a yoga tape, you boob?
Sofa simple.
Oh, no!
Now bring the camera closer to me and turn it upside down, you lizard brain moron.
Skeletor, you're still upside down, and now you're facing the wrong direction as well. Wrong direction? What do you mean? Well,
What do you mean? I tried every direction except for the right one.
your head needs to be pointing behind you, and you're still upside down. What do you mean upside down? Well, your feet are where your head should be.
Incidentally, that's the only way I could get into bed with Evelyn. Not only is she evil, but her breath is quite evil as well. And when she snores, her sleep apnea keeps me up all night.
Rumbling.
So sometimes I have to turn around, or order her to turn around.
You try my patience, witch.
And the one thing worse than her breath is her feet.
Can you try again? We need to get it right. Otherwise, you're going to look silly on camera. Well, I don't want to look silly on camera.
No, heaven forbid you look silly on camera.
Okay. Try again, maybe, Skeletor, if that's okay.
Oh, Whiplash, I don't really know what you want from me, right? I'll try it again.
I don't really understand it. I thought hopping on my head, putting stress on my neck muscles, and giving myself a migraine was what you wanted. Make up your mind, you assistant directing fool.
Right, here we go.
Yes, finally! Finally the joke is over. It was clever in the beginning. It ran on for too long.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
It is not.
Greetings! Skeletor, what now,
Yes, what now, Whiplash? I'm facing the right way. Incidentally, this is the one Skeletor action figure that I don't have, but I really want. Look for it. And now it's really expensive to buy. I should have purchased it a long time ago when they first came out, but I missed the train on that one. Whatever. Kudos to you there, Skeletor, for purchasing it. And taking it out of the box. I mean, hell, people who take these out of the box now, you've just reduced its value.
You removed it from its original packaging.
No! It's no longer a collectible!
Flash! Skeletor, it's right. This is the right way round. Well, why are you telling me? You should have just let me get on with it.
That's right. We're all waiting for him to get on with it, you time-wasting fool.
Sorry, Skeletor. Get out of my sight before I beat you.
Now you want to beat him. I would have beat him already a long time ago.
They should call you Wimplash.
You're way too calm. Too British.
Yes, quite. Ripping good love.
Yes.
Too gentlemanly-like. The first time he interrupted me whether I was facing the wrong way or not would have been the end for him.
I'll turn you into a suitcase.
Oh, yes, Skeletor.
Right, here we go.
I leaning back so much? Greetings!
I am Skeletor. And welcome back to Skeletor.
Skeletor! Interesting. I should have thought of that. Good name.
The series where I answer your questions. It's the internet's best kept secret.
Well, a secret no more.
Right. Flint Platts kicks us off this week with the following question. Who would be your dream cast for a live-action Motu movie?
And that is a very good question that I Skeletor will also answer in a future episode. I actually might make that an entire series because I have put a lot of thought into it. I'd actually also like to discuss some plot lines that I have come up with as well. But again, in a future video.
Well, Flint, there are far too many characters to answer this fully, but here are my thoughts on my top 10.
But before we do this, let's have a tea. I prefer Earl Grey.
Excellent tea.
Jennifer Connelly as Evil Lynn.
But you're just gonna jump into it? Alright. So, Jennifer Connelly as Evil Lynn. You know, I kind of think she's a bit too old for Evil Lynn.
What?
Evil Lynn's still kind of in the prime of her life. I mean, if she was going to play anybody, maybe I'd consider her as the sorceress.
It's not fair.
But not Evil Lynn.
You are not worth bothering about.
Evil Lynn does her a disservice.
Don't you understand that I can't?
Well, love.
Jennifer Garner as Tila.
No, again, too old. Tila's still young.
I mean, I figured out panties.
Good for you.
I think in her prime in the show, she's about 18. Jennifer Garner's definitely within her 30s or something.
You could at least make an effort.
Just for show.
A little old for Tila.
Yeah, that would not be good.
However, I did do a reaction to whom I think would also make a pretty good Tila. Maybe I'd cast her.
At least he thinks you look good.
A young Tom Selleck as Man-at-Arms.
So a young Tom Selleck.
I was not intoxicated.
So you're not talking about their age at the moment. You're talking about their age in their primes? Jeez. So when she says Jennifer Connelly, you're talking about a young, in her prime Jennifer Connelly? I mean, if that's the case, then still...
No!
Not for Evil Lynn.
You'll do nothing.
Maybe her for Tila. She could dye her hair. Even then, Tila's a little more warrior-like.
Be nice.
A young Jennifer Connelly has too innocent of a face.
Go back to your room. Play with your toys and your costumes.
And if you're talking about a young Jennifer Garner, you should have put a young picture of her up.
Just for show.
Because it's confusing otherwise. But a young Tom Selleck as Man-at-Arms, or in his prime Tom Selleck, it's not a bad idea.
No. Well, sort of.
I guess he can pull off the mustache. Maybe during his Friends period.
I'd feel funny.
As Man-at-Arms for the moustache.
Well, if you're taking that logic, then he could play Fisto as well.
Just let me know.
Anyone with a mustache. You do realize you could just grow a mustache. Or CGI one like Henry Cavill did.
Fate just wouldn't do that to me.
Well, actually, he CGI'd it off.
I'm glad it's not me.
You know, off on, what's the difference?
You yo-yo.
Willem Dafoe as Hordak.
Any evil villain, you could just put Willem Dafoe in it.
You're pathetically predictable.
He just wakes up in the morning and his wife says, "Hello, evil villain, I mean, honey."
Finish it!
Evil! Him and Jack Nicholson, they have resting evil villain face.
Here's Johnny.
But he does have an iconic voice.
This is why only fools are heroes.
And I don't disagree with his choice for that snorting fool.
You know, Skeletor, your evil is almost a match for my own.
Margot Robbie as She-Ra.
No, I'm so sick of Margot Robbie. She's everywhere.
Sorry.
There's other actresses in Hollywood, you know, always defaulting back to the same 5 actresses.
And I'm here to report a terrible crime.
Gal Gadot as the sorceress. Boring.
This has been too easy.
Think outside the box, will you, Skeletor? Maybe you were standing on your head for far too long.
How does it feel being wrong so often?
And that's not to say I don't like Margot Robbie. She's being overused.
Sorry I'm late. Had to go number 2.
Ron Perlman as Beastman.
Big surprise there. Ron Perlman has resting Beastman face. He's the one guy that proves Darwin's theory absolutely correct. Anytime anyone wants to question Darwin, you just put up a picture of Ron Perlman. I get it. We evolved from monkeys. Well, at least Ron Perlman did.
If I ever see his ugly face again.
Nicolas Cage as Merman?
No way. Not in a million years.
No, please.
Has to talk like that.
That's all you have to do.
And the only way I think Nicolas Cage talks like that is while he's drinking.
Oh, sure, yes, absolutely.
Honestly, you don't actually need a big actor to play Merman. Just someone who can pull off the voice. Because chances are he's going to be in a suit anyway, or CGI.
I couldn't think of a more horrible job if I wanted to.
Chris Pratt as Trapjaw?
Why? Now this is an interesting choice, because when I think of Trapjaw, the last thing I'm thinking is Chris Pratt.
When I was a baby, my head was so big scientists did experiments on me.
I should have known.
So I'm really interested to know your process here. I mean, I know people hated him as Mario, but he has less business playing Trapjaw, in my opinion.
Still poop. Still poop.
And Chris Hemsworth as He-Man?
Oh, yes, of course. Again, an obvious choice.
It's lucky you're beautiful because there's nothing up here.
Not a bad choice, but very obvious.
How original.
See what you want about Chris Hemsworth. He's still better than Dolph Lundgren. But not by very much.
He actually chose not to be in it.
I would play myself, because I am Skeletor.
Think again there, British Skeletor. I am Skeletor. There shall be no Skeletors before me. You're breaking the Skeletor commandment. I am the one, the only, and the true Skeletor. You could be the breaking for tea time Skeletor.
Wickedly funny.
The Skeletor I call upon as a stand-in when I'm busy in the can. Which is, in and of itself, a compliment. To be fair, your Skeletor is pretty good.
Right, that'll do for now. Thanks for the question, Flint.
There you have it. That was actually kind of fun. The beginning gag kind of ran on for too long, but you know what? I actually agree with a few of his choices. Not all of them, and actually probably not most of them. But there were a few, like William Dafoe, who you could probably slip into anywhere and have it work. But all that being said, I actually enjoyed this, and it inspired me, because I, Skeletor, will now make my own version of who I believe should be casted for a Masters of the Universe film. I think it's going to be fun. Let me know in the comments, who do you think should play whom in a live-action version of Masters of the Universe? I'm interested to know. And also let me know what you thought of this British Skeletor parody channel. I actually thought it was pretty funny. And if you thought it was funny, go over to his channel and give it a like and a subscribe. And also don't forget to give me a like and a subscribe as well. Anyway, until next time.